Merhaba, benim adım Rhianna veya ben Rhianna. Bugün ne yaptın? Bugün veya şu anda I can öğreniyorum. Hello, my name is Rhianna, and for a while now I have been learning Turkish. And my reason for doing so is that my partner is Turkish, and also I really love the language. And I visited the country in November too, and I had such a great time there. And so, yes, for the past year, I have been learning Turkish. And also in the past year, I've made some videos documenting my progress. And so I thought I would make a video about how I went from knowing no Turkish at all to being at least a bit conversational. And I thought I would also talk a bit about the things I did in order to make myself more successful at learning Turkish. So the first thing I did was I spoke as much as possible. Fortunately, I live with a native speaker, which was really great, and that meant that we were able to have conversations together. And I also spoke to myself a lot. So I would record videos on my phone, and I would also do voice recordings where I would speak Turkish, and I would be able to realise what I knew and what I didn't know and what needed working on. And I would also just get a lot of practice in. I think one of the main things you need to do when you're learning a language is to just speak and repeat and practice as much as possible. And sometimes it can be disheartening because you're practicing a lot and you don't really feel like you're making progress. But then you have to trust the process and know that even though from day to day you can't see a progress, the progress is happening. Merhaba, benim adım Rhianna veya ben Rhianna. Şu anda Berlin'de yaşıyorum. Online İngilizce öğretiyorum. Yetişkinlere ve çocuklara ders veriyorum ve okumayı ve yazmayı severim. Çok biraz Türkçe biliyorum. Merhaba. Şimdi daha fazla Türkçe biliyorum. Daha fazla soru ve cevap. Bugün ne yaptın? Bugün çorba yaptım ve çorba yedim. Dondurma yedim. Ve öğrettim, çalıştım. Daha fazla fil biliyorum. Ama düşünmüyorum şimdi. Okay, bugün ne yaptın?
Bugün çalıştım ve toplantı yaptım.
Bugün iş nasıldı? Doğru?
Doğru. Kolay. Bugün iş kolaydı.
A second thing I did was I used Google Translate. Now, I think for longer sentences, Google Translate can be a bit of a detriment instead of an aid, and that is because I would look up how to say something, for example, to read, and it would say okumak. And then I would put in a longer sentence and it would change the form of the verb, and I wouldn't understand why it changed the form of the verb, and it would just sort of dishearten me because I couldn't work it out. So I think if you're wanting to look up what longer sentences are in Google Translate, it might not be so helpful. It's better to look at the grammar and understand how the grammar works. But I think if you're just wanting to know what kind of simple grammar is and also what vocab is, Google Translate is a great resource. So for example, one evening I would be like, okay, I'm going to spend an hour looking up household vocabulary, and I would look up wardrobe, and I would look up pan, and I would look up table, and I would learn as much household vocabulary as I could and try to remember it. I would also use it for easy grammar points. So for example, I can is bilirim, and you add bilirim on the end of the verb. And I would test myself. For example, I know drink is itch, and so I would think, okay, maybe I can drink would be içi bilirim, and it was içi bilirim. Selam. Bugün veya şu anda I can öğreniyorum. Bilirim. I can, bilirim. I can eat. Yiyebilirim. Wait.
Yiyebilirim.
Yiyebilirim. Yiyebilirim. Okay, I can learn. Öğrenebilirim. Öğrenebilirim. Öğrenebilirim. I can speak Turkish. Türkçe konuşabilirim. A third thing I did was I practiced every day answering these three questions. What did you do today? What are you doing now? And what will you do tomorrow? And doing that, I got to practice verbs and I got to learn some new verbs, and it just got me at a conversational level quite quickly. So I think actually if I decide to learn another language, I will use that technique too, because I think it's really good at making you feel like there's been some progress, because at least you can answer those three questions. And now what I thought I would do is I would try and start this video again, but do it in Turkish. Now I don't know how successful I'm going to be, but let's give it a go. Merhaba, ben Rhianna ve bir süre Türkçe öğreniyorum. Çünkü erkek arkadaşım Türk ve Türkçe severim. Çok güzel. Şu anda benim Türkçe biraz kötü. Ama Türkçe biraz konuşuyorum. Bugün ilerlememi göreceksin. Bu yüzden let's go. Let's see. Merhaba. Bugün kitaplar hakkında konuşmak deneyeceğim. Belki bir kitap. Çünkü şu anda Written on the Body okuyorum. Ve bu kitap severim. Çok güzel kitap. Bu kitap aşk hakkında ve ben neredeyse bitirdim. Ve gelecek hafta ne kitap okuyorum? Ne kitap okumalıyım? Bilmiyorum. Çünkü bilmiyorum. Belki yeni kitap okuyacağım. Yeni kitap okumak istiyorum. Çünkü 2024 yeni yıl. Şimdi yeni yıl. And so that is my progress over the last year. I think there is a long way to go, but I think I kind of have the foundations down and I have the basics down. So I think from here on in, it should get easier, hopefully. And thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye bye.